Welcome to the only channel that doesn't just talk trading. We live it. This ain't signals and shiny indicators, it's raw skill, real setups, supply and demand, psychology and precision. If you're ready to level up, you're in the right place. Every trade has a reason, every move is calculated. I'm here to break it all down. Live trades, breakdowns, game plans, so you can stop guessing and start executing like a pro. Lock in, take notes, and remember, amateurs react, professionals anticipate. This game rewards patience, but punishes hesitation. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it right. The setup speaks, the chart tells a story. Are you listening? Most people chase the move, we prepare for it. Zoom in, lock in. Let's get into it.
Good morning, good morning. Yo, how y'all doing? This is Yo Javi. How y'all doing? I was looking at the comments. My man's Fernie, I see you here. Listen, you are locked in. And I love to see that. I know. I see you. I be seeing the one-stop trader. Let me see. Vashi, definitely. Vashi. And it's a few more names that I see all the time. But like once I see them again, I know that you guys are all locked in. So today in Smart Money Zones, we are going to be looking at the market because we always do that. We look at the market, but we are going to spice things up a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to continue to provide more value all the time, right? Every time I get on, I want to provide at least one thing that's going to help you become a better trader. At least one thing, right? So with that one thing today, so it's going to be a topic. It's going to be a topic. Now, this is challenging because you got to understand, I have to do this 5 days a week. 5 days a week, I want to bring one topic that we could include in our analysis. And not all the time we could actually do it on the analysis like today. Today we're going to be talking about risk-free trading opportunities. So there is like, you are managing risk in trading. That's what you're doing. You are a risk manager. If you're not a gambler, because there are gamblers out there, but if you are not a gambler, then you are a risk manager. So we're going to talk about risk-free trading opportunities. I didn't make that up. I didn't. Now, let me see. Do you guys recognize this book? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it clearly, but let me turn this off real quick. This light, maybe. Okay. Do you guys recognize this book? Has anybody read it? Let me know in the comments. Has anybody read this book? Now, let me, I guess, go this way. There we go. Has anybody read that book? Let me know in the comments. You know what? I always lead by example, so I'm gonna let you guys know. Boom. Yes, I have. Of course, I have it here. And I can't say of course because there are people that have books and they don't read, right? So this book is called Trading in the Zone. If you have not read it, listen, you have to read it. This is like, to me, this is like the Bible of trading. Now, we have the Candlestick Trading Bible, right? That's different. That's intro. That's for you to build your foundational knowledge, learning about candles, learning about different patterns. But once you got that foundational knowledge, you gotta read this book. You gotta read this book. This is more about not just trading psychology, but it's gonna sound similar, but I don't think it is. There's trading psychology, but then there's also the mindset. Like, it's a little different because with trading psychology comes bad habits like revenge trading, over leveraging, being mad about a trade and going back in, and revenge trading. But it has to do more with you as a person, like the bad habits that you develop, the good habits too, right? But the mindset is more, to me, it's more about what you're actually doing, what mindset you are trading with. When you get into a trade, are you managing that trade? And if you are, do you have a systematic approach to that, right? So this book is really about the mindset of trading. Yes, there's psychology, but that mindset. So part of it, let me see, YouTube has the audio version for those that have difficulty reading like myself. You know what? Let's do something for y'all. We're gonna get it right now because I think I have it on my Discord. I think I shared it. Let me see if I did. Let's see if I did. On the beginners, maybe audiobooks. Why most traders fails. And this is actually the same. Well, this is another book. But listen, like, look up all of Mark Douglas books, like audiobooks on YouTube. They're free on YouTube, of course. Look them up. They're all amazing. Like you got to get into Mark Douglas. So Trading in the Zone, here it is. So let me actually share this with you guys. Whoa! That video isn't available anymore. All right, let me look it up. Trading in the Zone audiobook. I did see another link. But let's see if it's the maybe. Let's see.
Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today,
all right, this one I haven't fully heard it, but I'm gonna share it. If this is, it should be. I mean, it has all the chapters, right? Chapter 1. Let's see. Just quickly checking for you guys. Yeah, the road to success from fundamental. All right, the lure. It looks like it is. I'm gonna share this with all of you. Okay, bookmark that book if you guys have it. Listen, and if you have heard it, if you have read it, I still read this book from time to time. I'm not saying I go from, the beginning to the end every single time. No. But I go and I look for nuggets because this book is amazing. And one of the things that he talks about is risk-free trading opportunities. So, and you know what? In the chat, go ahead and type risk-free opportunity. Risk-free opportunity. Go ahead and type it because this is going to be important for you to develop as a trader. So I do this, the whole commenting thing, because I want all of you, including myself, to internalize these concepts. So risk-free opportunity or opportunities. Opportunity. Risk-free opportunity. Here it is. See, I beat y'all to it. Risk-free opportunity. My man, oh no, Fernie, yeah, you beat me to it, bro. Well, at least here, like on YouTube, that's what I see. Nevertheless, risk-free opportunity. Now, what is a risk-free opportunity? We're gonna talk about that right now. And before I do that, can you guys hear me good? Is my microphone distorting? Is it good? Is it weird? Is it making weird noises? It shouldn't be. I just want to make sure that everything is good for you guys. And as you guys let me know, I'm going to tell you what a risk-free opportunity is in trading. So a risk-free opportunity refers to a situation where a trader can make a guaranteed profit with no risk of loss, regardless of market movements. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to break it down. Again, it's saying that you as a trader, you can make a guaranteed profit, right? You can make money, like you're gonna definitely make money. And you're not risking that money that you're gonna make. You're not risking it, right? So you're not risking that money, and it doesn't matter whether the trade goes in your favor, against you. It doesn't matter what the market does after this point. You're gonna make money no matter what. Okay? Is that possible in trading? Yes, but there is a caveat. there is a condition that you gotta meet first. All right? I'm never gonna BS any of you. I'm never gonna do that. And hold on, I didn't share this with Instagram. I was supposed to share this link. So give me a moment, guys. I just want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to get on. Now, I think I saw the one-stop trader. Good morning, Vietnam, or in this case, Florida. Good morning. Listen, good morning, Vietnam, Florida, like whatever, Puerto Rico, China, Japan, like good morning to everybody. And right now, it may only just be 2 or 3 countries, but eventually, we don't know where this is all going. But I'm sharing this real quick. Okay, so risk-free opportunities is what we're talking about. I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but there are risk-free opportunities in the market, and I'm going to show you exactly how. If you stay with me as I post this link on Instagram. Let me make sure my baby's okay. Yep. Hi, Papi, you okay? Nice. How are you? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show. You know what? Enough talking. Let me show you. Risk-free trading opportunities. So what do I mean risk-free trading opportunities? I'm gonna show you. Look. Is it possible to find them initially when you first get into a trade? Oh, you said it's perfect, Fernie. Thank you. Okay. The audio. Talking about the audio. I'm gonna make this as visual as possible. Like I'm gonna make sure you understand this. Let's do something. Let's do it here. I'm not following a strategy. I'm just gonna talk about a few things here. Let's see. Let's say that you're going for 1 to 2. Okay. Let's just say that your strategy says, so we're looking at oil. Let's just say that your entry was here at 61.75. $61.75. That was your entry, right? You enter here, your stop loss, you're putting it below this candle. So about 10 ticks. When you first enter a trade, there is no such thing as a risk-free opportunities. When you enter, it could go back against you right away. Like something could happen, it goes back against you, you're already losing. So the risk-free opportunity doesn't happen at the entry. The risk-free opportunity does not happen at the entry. It happens after. So obviously, let's just say, and I'm going to use this, you enter, and if the market starts going against you, like that's risk. Like right now, you know, you're risking money, you're in drawdown, so you don't have an opportunity to have a risk-free trade here. But hi puppy, now in your entry, in this actual trade, the market went straight up, right? Right now, I'm good, puppy. Yes, I'm good. Right now, the market is going up, so you're actually in profit. You have heard the term, you know, like secure the profits. You could actually, hold on real quick. I want to make sure you guys could hear me and understand. I'm here. He just wanted his Hot Wheels. All right. So after you enter the trade, now you actually have an opportunity for a risk-free trade, because as soon as you're in profit, now I don't recommend just moving. Technically, what you're gonna do is move your stop loss to the entry, but not yet. Like if you're going for a 1 to 2, I would wait at least, let's say for like a 1 to 1. Let's see if the 1 to 1 is here. Let's say if that's the 1 to 1, we have it right here at 61.85. And if you're going for a 1 to 2, look, so there is the 1 to 2, right? Once you hit your 1 to 1, let's just say you're not going to take anything off the table. You want your full trade to go to 1 to 2. What you do is, once you're here at 1 to 1, bring your stop loss up. But listen, don't bring it to break even. Don't, because if the market goes all the way, and this technically would have won, but if the market reverses against you, let's just say here it turned around and it went all the way back to entry, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money because there are going to be fees. And I'm talking about if you didn't close anything at 1 to 1, you're going to lose money because there are going to be fees. You did not get any of this movement. So when I do this, I don't bring the stop loss up to the entry. I don't. I'm going to make sure that the trade at least pays for the fees. Again, when we're talking about a risk-free opportunity, remember what I said? You're guaranteeing profit with no risk of loss. You're guaranteeing that you're going to make money. You're guaranteeing that you're not going to lose money. So in order for you to do that, you have to go into profit. Now, you have to balance it out. Don't come like too close to like your targets, because the market does this. It likes to stop the trailers out and keep going. So I would say bring it up into profit, not too close to the entry. Do I have a specific amount of ticks or anything? No, but I would say if you want like a reference, I would say go at least almost halfway. So you could go halfway and then, you know, just go half from that. And you know about that, because if the market comes back down, at least you're in profit. And if you want to guarantee a little bit more profits, just go a little bit up, not too much, because you don't want the market to fish you out, right? I don't know if that's the right terminology, but you don't want the market to come down and get you. But if it does, you had a risk-free trade. You locked in some profits no matter what. But why do you want to do this? What's the point of doing this? This is the point. Depending on how many contracts you have. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Boom. Yo, perfect example. Look, let's just say that one of your targets was like, what is this? Let me put this down. Approximately at 1, 2, 3. Look at this. If you were going for, because it's 9 o'clock, oil, that's the oil open. But anyway, if you were at 1, 2, 3, like your risk to reward, look at this. If the market came all the way down, it stopped you out. At least it stopped you out in profit. You see that? Now, if you didn't do that and it went all the way down, now you're losing. So this is really a risk-free opportunity. Once you're in profit, and I would do it systematically, but let's just take it at a basic level. At a basic level, when you're in profit, you want to bring the stop loss above the entry. Of course, you don't want to trail anything too close. I would still, like personally, I still take something off at 1 to 1. If I have runners, I'll go for 1 to 2 as well. Like if I have 2 contracts, the first one I get out at 1 to 1, the second one at 1 to 2. If I have 3 contracts, the third one at 1 to 3, risk to reward ratio, and I keep bringing up my stop loss, and that's really a risk-free trade. Like, is that making sense? It's all about bringing your stop loss into profit. I know people don't talk about it that way. People always talk about going, bringing it up to break even, and people always say, oh yeah, I put it at break even. The market reversed. This is a break-even day. It's not a break-even day if you didn't take anything off the table and literally you lost money on fees. If you lost money on fees, like look at this, it reversed. And if you didn't do this, boom, you lost the whole trade. A winning setup turned into a losing setup. I have to stop doing that because I do that too. I have winning trades that turn into losing trades that I let that happen. Like, execution has to improve. My execution has to improve. Your execution, listen, if you're great, there's always room for improvement. You could always improve a little bit more. This is one way. If you're not doing this, I will backtest it first. I'm not telling you to do this right away. Backtest it, forward test it, right? And once you're comfortable with it, then you can start doing it. But at least, listen, there are going to be trades where this happens, where you went for a 1, 2, 3 risk to reward, and it just came all the way down. But at least if you put your stop loss into profit, at least you got something out of it. At least you're not losing money. I would say definitely take something off at 1 to 1. Let's just say if it was here, take something off. If you have multiple contracts, or in Forex, you could take some of your trade off, right? At 1 to 2, take something off. At 1 to 3, then you could take something else. I don't trade, like at most I trade 3 micros at most. So at most, that's what I would be doing. But in theory, listen to this. Happy Monday, Vashi, how you doing? How you feeling? In theory, you could also do this. Listen, if you're seeing the market have a strong push to the upside or the downside, depending on if you're buying or selling, you could also just put your, let's just say that this didn't happen, right? Or you know what? Let's just go down here. Let's go down here. Let's just say that this was your entry here. We're looking at oil futures, $61.12. Let's just say that was your entry. The market went down a little bit, then it went into profit, went up. At this push right here, let's just say you brought the stop loss, and I'm using this horizontal line as a stop loss, right? Let's just say you brought it up to here after that push. If the market came back down, you're going to be in profit. Now, let's just say you have 3 contracts and you didn't want to close because you felt as though this was, or not felt. Your strategy says that at this point, this is a reversal. Let's just say that your strategy says that. Glad to hear that, Vashi, that you're good. Love to hear that. So let's just say that your strategy says that this is a reversal. You brought your stop loss up here. Now you have a risk-free opportunity. And at this point, you could let it rock. I'm not saying do this all the time because the market doesn't always just, it doesn't just rock in your favor. It doesn't just keep going in your favor. I'm not saying to do this all the time. But if you have a strong reason to think that the market is going to keep going and going and going, listen, put the stop loss there, like after it goes up, trail it here. That's it. You have a risk-free trade. And now potentially you have a huge trade here. Like, look at this one. Potentially you had what, 1 to 7 there, potentially. So these are, I'm not saying do this all the time. Don't just let them rock all the time because they don't do that all the time. But you could certainly, once you have a risk-free trade, you could just let it do what it needs to do. I would say at least let it hit your target. If it was a 1 to 1, let it hit it. If it was a 1 to 2, let it hit it. 1 to 3, let it hit it. All right. Any questions about risk-free opportunities? And we're going to look at the market, but I wanted to bring that up. Risk-free opportunities. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to check on my son real quick. All right. So let's recap. Let's recap. A risk-free opportunity happens not at the entry. It's, well, in my experience, it's impossible to really get a risk-free trade. Like, it's impossible to get it at the entry. After the entry, once it's in profit, you have an opportunity. Now, I'm not telling you to move the stop loss right away because the market, you already know it does this, right? You don't want to get hit. You don't want to get hit too early. Don't. But once the market does something, for example, you got to have rules. What's your rule going to be? Is it going to be the risk to reward? Once it goes to 1 to 1, move the stop loss up into profit? Is that going to be the rule? Is it going to be once it's at 1 to 2, then you move the stop loss to 1.5? You could move it to 1.5. You could move it to 1 to 1. What's your rule? You need a rule. I'm not telling y'all to do anything without rules. Have rules. Don't move it too soon because when you first get into a trade, you're taking you're taking full responsibility. You're taking that full risk, right? You're responsible for 100% of the risk, and that's on your first stop loss. But what happened, Papi? Change it. You're responsible for that, right? All right, let me see what he wants. All right. So, any questions? I know for a lot of you that already have experience, this might be, common knowledge for you, but even when people know that you could trail a trade, there are ways to do it. There are smarter ways to do it than others. I take full responsibility when I enter. At entry, I have 100% of the downside, right? So I have my stop loss. But once it starts going into profit, I have my rules. I take something at 1-to-1, bring the stop loss up, break even, a little bit above. At least to pay for fees. Once it goes to 1-to-2, I'll bring it up again. And so on. Like, eventually when I have a bunch of contracts, I could just keep doing that. So, but you got to take what the market gives you. All right. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments. At least let me know this. Did this make sense to you? Does it make sense? Let me know in the comments. And as always, I lead by example, so I'm gonna comment. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense. And as you guys do that, I'm going to continue. We're going to look at the market. Now, I'm going to do like an overview real quick because it is past 9, but I wanted to bring that, for you guys. So let's start by let's look at gold. Okay, gold right away. Notice this. It was in this, it was consolidating here. It's ranging from like here to here. It was ranging. It did break out. It's at right now, this is on the 5-minute time frame. It did go into a 5-minute supply and it's weakening. Only problem is that we have 15 minutes to the open. So is it gonna hit? I don't know. Another problem is that this supply, 5-minute supply, is going against the VWAP and is going against the 200 EMA. Makes sense because it is opportunity to gain more money for a strong move. Stop loss is key. That stop loss is the key. Again, don't bring it so close that you're gonna get wicked out, but definitely bring it up when you can. Based on rules. You set the rules, not me. You set the rules to your own trading. And when I say you, it's in general. It's in general. So now this setup here, let's see, it has 3 minutes. I'm gonna forward test it. Why am I gonna forward test it and not take it? Well, number one, I don't trade I only trade oil after 9, right? Because 9 it got the open. Everything else I traded after 9:30. Is it gonna be like that forever? I don't know, because I'm seeing the market really is giving out some great setups later on. Like after lunch, it's giving some great setups. Asian session has been cooking too. So if New York session is not treating us well, I might be looking at that. I might be looking at other sessions, but as of right now, I don't trade until 9:30. Other instruments. Technically, the entry is right here, right now. Let me see something. Okay, so if I see often on a big move from back testing, I saw that price action often retrace the previous move in the opposite direction, at least half of it. And that's a great observation. And I'm gonna look into that too, because the moves, they will retrace. And in my opinion, the market does that not just because people are buying, selling, right? But it does it also because they're going to stop people out. They're going to stop the people that are trailing the trades. They're going to stop you out, keep going. Stop you out, keep going, right? So you definitely don't trail too close. It looks like the break of the candle is gonna be somewhere here. We're ready. Now I like to forward test too, because even though I'm not supposed to trade against, like my indicators, sometimes the market conditions might change and the market might be like giving you winning setups when it's doing that. I'm not gonna be so locked into one thing because market conditions, they change. So sometimes you gotta know when it's time to respect the indicators and when it's time to just literally look at what the market has been doing and get with the program. You gotta understand this. These institutions that like they're looking to stop different types of people out. So 25, and they don't have it out against you. They just want your money, just like you want the market's money. They also want the market's money. So they're gonna look at what has been happening and execute accordingly. Okay, this will be the entry at this point. Stop loss right here. You don't enter just yet. This is supply and demand, how I trade it. I do love the wick. My favorite trades are the ones that have a wick in the zone. You see that wick? Because the market fully rejected that zone. About to, boom, break of the candle. That's an entry. That's an entry. That's an entry. Now here, this is the demo account. Hold on, am I looking at, it's gold, gold. I might have a late entry, but I'll put it here. I'll put it there just to be part of it. It's on demo. Don't worry about it. That one is on demo. So I actually went in around here on demo. So now I don't recommend doing late entries. I'm only doing that late entry just because of, again, just because it's a demo account. I'm gonna still put the take profit at 32.27. 32.27. Oh, it's up. So we were selling, so we have to buy. It's a buy one limit. And then here we're gonna buy again. 32.45. 32.45. 2. Buy one, stop. In both situations, we're buying because on the entry we sold, so we have to buy on either side. And we're gonna see what happens with this trade. I'm gonna keep it here just because it will be easier to watch, to follow along. Remember, we have the entry in 9 minutes. My son, he's doing so good right now. Oh my gosh, he looks so cute. Okay, we're watching it. This is literally how I trade. Only thing is, again, I wouldn't trade against the VWAP. I wouldn't trade against the 200 EMA, but I wanted you guys to see everything else. Like, everything else is there. The supply zone, we had a break of structure to the downside, so we have that going. We have the break of structure to the downside. This is a supply setup I showed you. And you know what? If we get a chance, I will do the risk-free trading. I will show you how that works here. So because this is about 90 ticks, I will do it at 0.5. So at 0.5, I'll move the stop loss to break even. Well, a little bit into break even. So that's what I'm gonna do it. Just to actually put what we went over today, we could put it in practice. Now, this also looks like a fake out, but it's not, because the market is really mainly consolidating because we are close to the open. So usually that's another thing. I don't take trades close to either like news or the open, but mainly because I'm not trading the open, like before the open, pre-market. But yeah, I would say if you have been taking trades before news, like anywhere within 10 minutes, like 10 minutes of news, like don't. Just don't, because the market will usually just consolidate and you're not winning anything. And then it's going to have the move of the news or the open if you're trading the open. And yeah, there, you know, that could be your account. I want to know how is your trading going so far this year? While we wait, how is your trading going? What have you accomplished this year? Now, that could be literally simply just learning how to trade, like learning the basics. If you learn the basics, how to read a candle, how to read a chart, you learn the basics of forex, futures, options, crypto. If you learn the basics, that's an accomplishment. So it could be anywhere from that to going for a profit account, passing it, maybe even blowing some accounts, not passing any yet. That could also be an accomplishment. Why? Because you're seeing what it really takes to trade. You actually were willing to risk something. So even if you're losing right now, you're not losing, and you're not losing. Like you're the type of person that's willing to risk. And if you're risking and you don't stop risking, of course, be smart. You want to learn, you want to improve. But if you're the type of person that's willing to risk, you get burned and you keep going, you're going to be the person that eventually is going to win. So if you have been blowing some accounts, you burn some accounts, that's okay. You could share that. You could share that here with us. You see? Okay. We have 5 minutes till the open. Okay, we have the market going in here. So again, at this point, I'm going to act like I'm bringing the stop loss into profit. And that's going to be just above the VWAP. Okay, it's going in. Look at this. But mind you, the market likes to do a move right before the open, right before news, and then it could go the opposite way. So you gotta be really careful. So once it gets here, we're gonna bring the stop loss right above this right here, right above the VWAP. This is too early. You gotta have a specific rule. My rule here is 0.5. And 0.5 because we have 90 ticks. We have 90 ticks, so what happened, Papi? Okay, 3 minutes to the open. I'd rather show you guys rather than just talk about these things. These are great opportunities. Forward testing is a great opportunity to show you, you know, and at a deeper level, also you have your rules. But eventually, once you get really good at your rules, you could then start actually seeing other reasons to close your trade. Like for example, wicking the VWAP, right? This right now is wicking it. If he closes above the VWAP and he starts going against you, that might be a reason to close your trade. So, but you don't have to get into all of that just yet. Right now, let's just work on having rules to have risk-free trades. And again, anything that sounds too good to be true, it is. There's no full-blown risk-free trade, you know, not until after the open. The entry. The entry is never, in my opinion, it's never going to be risk-free. Okay, you see? 2 minutes till the open. We're going to see what happens. And when you have, again, if I was in this trade and news was coming, and let's just say somehow I was not through, I was not thorough, I was not responsible, and I didn't look at the news, right? If I notice that I have 2 minutes, 2 news, and the market is doing this, I'm going to close the trade. I'm gonna close that trade. I'm not gonna risk it. But right now, look, we got 2 minutes. Market is going down. Okay. I'm just gonna bring this in. I'm gonna make it another color for the stop loss. Imaginary stop loss. We're gonna make it red. Just so that we don't get confused. I'm gonna get rid of the indicators just to make this even more. One minute to the open. Technically the stop loss is here. Listen, this right here, not everybody shows you this. Not everybody shows you trade management. Not everybody talks about that. They talk about set and forget. If you are a scalper, there is no such thing as set and forget. Like, in my opinion, if you are a swing trader, you can set and forget. But as a scalper, you gotta be hands-on. Like, profitability is gonna come down to how you're managing your trades. Your strategy is only giving you the entry, the way that you enter the market. That's what you're getting from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta you do what you want. I have to manage my trades. I can't give you advice, right? But I manage my trades. Scalping really is all about what you're doing, not no set and forget. Now, if anybody wants to come at me, you gotta understand. You could say, oh, you know, he doesn't have the same results. Like, I don't have the same results. That's okay. Like, that's okay. Cause, oh, okay, real quick. All these people, they're not just making money from trading. And that's okay too. But don't be naive. Don't think that all these traders are only making all this money from trading. A lot of these people have become influencers too. They get brand deals. So a lot of the big things they're buying may not be from trading. These big houses, these huge, like these crazy cars that may not be just from trading. That doesn't mean that you can't make money from trading. You can. And even if making $5,000 more a month, like that could make a difference in your household. Making 5,000 more, making 10,000 more. And let's say that you never make millions from trading. That's okay. If you're making 5,000 more, 10,000 more, like that's going to make a difference for a lot of people. And that's definitely doable and possible in trading. Okay, the open. It didn't hit my 0.5, so I'm not gonna bring it up just yet. Real quick, hold on. Okay, so this is turning around. But it's heading down. So at this point, trade management wise, if you wanted to bring it to here to break even, that's okay. Just know that that's still not a risk-free trade because you're gonna lose on the fees. But if you're managing your trades, this year might be a good time to bring it to break even. Not risk-free yet. Oh, right there. Okay, go up. Boom. Let's just say to, well, now I need the VWAP. Right above the VWAP. Right there. Risk-free. This right here would now be a risk-free trade. Getting rid of the VWAP. Right here, you're not losing money. So it's like, it's kind of like driving a stick shift car, a manual car. You could stall it. You could stall it when you're first, you know, when you're going to first. Going to that first gear, yes, you could stall it there. But once you get past first, going to second, you're not stalling it anymore. So this is kind of like going to first, this area right here. Now look at this. You're almost, come on, look at that. You're almost at take profit. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. This retracement there, if you want to just trail it here, like you're like, you know what? Like you could even make this time based. If you get this close to the take profit and it starts retracing, you could give it, let's say 10-15 seconds to do something. If it doesn't keep going in your favor, bring that stop loss up. Not super close, but bring it up more. Well, down, in this case, down. I say up because up towards take profit, but bring it down. Bring it down towards take profit, right? At this point, wherever you want, I wouldn't hug it, but maybe here. Let's just say here, like here. At this point, you're going to make money no matter what. No matter what. And you can make more. So you manage it how you want. I would just say have some rules. I hope that this was clear to you. Like, I hope I provided value. I hope that you have something that you could forward test the same way that I'm forward testing. If you don't trade supply and demand, if you trade anything else, you could still do this. Your strategy is giving you an entry. That's it. Everything else is trade management. Everything else is trade management. So trade management wise, I'm giving you something here to turn your trades into risk-free trades. I hope this is valuable to you. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna see what it does. We're gonna see what it does. At this point, I will still give this space. And you know what? I didn't bring it on my demo. Let me bring it on demo. Let me bring that stop loss to 32.31.6. So 32.31.6. Right here. So it will be, I was selling, so it will be a buy stop. So now look at this. This trade is at $55. Can you guys see this? I'm trying to make it as visible as possible. At this point, you listen, if you have like trading anxiety, right? Because some people get anxious. I'm not gonna lie, I have heard it all. Not all, but I have heard a lot. There are people that have trade anxiety. This right here, I'm telling you, once your trade is risk-free, that anxiety goes away. Look at that. Look at that. It's about to hit it. It's about to hit the take profit. Watch. It's gonna do it. I see it. Look at that momentum. Look, it's gonna hit it. Come on. There it is. Come on. It's right there. At this point, I will bring the stop loss right here to this low, because if he doesn't hit it now, oh look, if he doesn't hit it now, it's not gonna hit it. This is me with trade management. He has to hit one or the other. So damn, it was right there. At this point, I like to bring my stop loss up because I've seen that too. It would almost hit it and then it doesn't. So I'm not gonna let it retrace so far back. Look at where we're at right now. I'm on this low right here. That low right there. If the market wants to take it, that's okay. I'm in profit no matter what. And listen, you could have time-based like trading rules. At this point, if he hasn't hit it and you want to get out, get out. Like nothing. Boom! Right there. Risk-free trade. It hit my stop loss in profit. $58 on demo. $58 right there. This is the second time I took a forward test. Like I was forward testing a trade on Friday and it won. This time it won. Do I always win? No, I don't always win. But I'm showing you, like, come on. If you got any value from this stream, if you got anything, like, listen, this is going to translate into money. Literally, this knowledge will translate into money, will translate into you having an easier life at some point. At some point, you're gonna have to put in the work, you're gonna have to lose. It's gonna happen. That all is gonna happen. But at some point, if you don't quit, this knowledge could literally improve your life If you apply it, I can't apply it for you. I could give you the knowledge. I cannot apply it for you. Shoot, sometimes I can't even apply it for myself. Yo, like a few months back, like I started just like my psychology trading. I was like revenge trading a little bit. I was revenge trading a little bit a while back, and I started losing. Of course, you revenge trade, you lose more. I started doing that, right? And my son tells me, he's like, "Why don't you take your own advice?" He told me, like, "You give all this advice on YouTube. Why don't you take your own advice?" Listen, even if I'm giving this advice, I have to apply it. I have to become better at the things I know I have to do. I have to do that. So I'm not a hypocrite. I don't get here telling y'all I'm doing this. I'm the best at this. You guys are not doing this. You're trash. No. This is what I know I have to do consistently every time. These are the rules that I have to follow every time. Am I doing it 100% of the time? No, I'm not doing it 100% of the time. Am I working towards that? Yes. And I'm looking at you, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite. A lot of people are going to act like they're gurus, like they're perfect, like they don't stink, right? That's not me. So if you have been watching me and you thought I was going to be perfect, which I know you guys don't think that, but there are people like that. One time when I was on my first Discord, right, that I was in, somebody inboxed me talking smack about, our mentor. And he tells me, and I defended my mentor, like, yo, like, chill, right? But he said this. He said, yo, you got to join this other platform, this other Discord. We have this other trader that never loses. And I was like, what? Never loses? Yeah, he never loses. I go on that Discord. Hold on. Let me get my some water. I go on that Discord. I start watching the trader. The trader never even said that he doesn't lose. As I'm listening to him, he's saying, there is risk. You could lose. This is not perfect. Blah, blah, blah. And he lost. He took a trade and he lost. So I said, you know what? The trader, I have nothing against the trader. Like, the trader was a great trader. But sometimes the people think that somebody has that magic touch. Nobody has the magic touch. The people that are winning, you know what the magic touch is? Discipline. This was a good lesson in real time. Cool. Thank you, Vashi. Discipline. Let's have discipline. Let's have a great time trading. If we lose, let it be with discipline. That includes me. I gotta work on myself just like you guys. I have to do it. I'm not perfect, but I am looking to perfect my system. I am looking to perfect my execution, and I hope you are looking to do the same thing. Listen, if you want my help in real time, you already know where you can find me. Look, right here, there's only one place where you're gonna find me 100% of the time, where if you write to me, I'm gonna respond. You can write to me at 3 a.m. and usually I'm up by 3 a.m. So if you write to me, you tag me, you add me at 3 a.m., I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna respond. That's if I'm up, right? This is the best place to be at. My Discord, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. And I sent y'all the link to the launch pass that's gonna get you here. That's gonna be the best place. If you're not ready to take that next step and you're like, you know what? I just found you on YouTube. Like, let me get to know how you do things. Let me get to know you a little bit better. Look, you could go here. Free, 100% free. Yo Javi Trades Instagram. My Instagram, I'm going to share the link right here. I'm always sharing everything here. Most of the things is like fatherhood stuff, right? It is my trading stuff, but I'm a father, and that's what I promote. Even when I start getting great things, I don't see myself just like flaunting that. What I do see flaunting is family, like family values, just positive values, period. Positive values. So this is Yo Javi. I hope you had a great session with me today, and thank you for watching me. I appreciate it, every single one of you. The world is yours.